He hits like a tank, like a damn mule with its hoof. I apologize for my language, but my God, Tyson doesn't hold back his emotions. Hey guys, so heavyweights in the 80s and 90s is a phenomenon that is usually remembered with nostalgia. It was at that time that such boxing legends as Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and Riddick Bowe were discovered. Remember George Foreman, who became world champion at the age of 45? However, it's hard to think of another boxer with the kind of destructive power that Iron Mike Tyson had. The young, fast, and incredibly strong American boxer had no match, sweeping away everyone in his path. Nevertheless, in the spring of 1991, the bully from Brooklyn got a chance to go against another fighter, also known for his crushing strength. A fighter whose punches even the legendary Iron Mike was afraid of. And that says a lot. There was crazy competition for the title of number one in the heavyweights. One had to go to incredible lengths and work extremely hard to become the best. Nowadays, a boxer can go up against several medium-class fighters and qualify for the title fight. But the rules were different back then, and one of those obstacles on the way to number one was the Canadian Donovan Ruddock, named Razor. He had a good amateur career. Donovan was the world champion among juniors. He then defeated Lennox Lewis by a split decision. 2 years after his world championship triumph, Ruddock began his professional career. He was a sparring partner for Larry Holmes himself, whom the young Canadian always got with his jabs. However, despite his talent, the career of the promising young boxer progressed rather slowly. In his 11th fight, Ruddock suffered the first defeat in his career. He fought against David Jacko and outplayed the opponent for 7 rounds. But in the 8th round, he was forced to withdraw from the fight due to an exacerbated asthma attack. After 10 months of rehab, Razor returned to the ring with a crazy streak of 16 wins, only one of which was by decision. It was then that Donovan earned the reputation of a dangerous puncher to be avoided. In April 1990, Ruddock went against the former world champion Michael Dynamite Dokes. At the end of the first minute of the 4th round, Razor landed a sharp punch to the jaw that sent Dynamite to the ropes. Ruddock immediately added a powerful series, after which Dokes slowly sank down and seemed to have died. Ruddock usually ended the fight with a left uppercut, even though he was right-handed. Since Donovan had already managed to defeat 3 former world champions, the next step was a title fight. But all the champions seemed to have conspired to go off the radar. The absolute world champion Evander Holyfield refused to fight the Canadian and chose to fight the 42-year-old Foreman instead. Razor also failed to get a fight with the rising star Riddick Bowe, who even went into the ring to greet Ruddock. There was still Mike Tyson, the fight with whom didn't take place in 1989. Tyson spent most of his time at parties in the company of women. Tyson virtually stopped training. As a result, his promoter Don King had to cancel Tyson's November fight with the unbeaten Donovan Ruddock. King cited Mike's illness as the reason, although, as Tyson later admitted, he simply didn't want to fight or train. And yet, he had to accept Donovan's challenge in 1991. The title of the main contender for the championship fight against the winner of the Holyfield-Foreman fight was at stake. By that time, both boxers were in fantastic shape, and the fans were impatiently waiting for the start of the fight. Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock, dubbed by Don King and the media as the fight of the year, took place on March 18, 1991 at the Mirage Casino Arena, Nevada, and was supposed to bring Mike $120 million. At the time, these two fighters were the 2 leading contenders for the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight titles held by Evander Holyfield. The fight was tough, with both boxers hitting each other hard throughout the fight. Tyson fought in his usual aggressive manner, but he certainly didn't expect such a worthy resistance. Ruddock matched him with his trademark left uppercuts. This slowed Tyson down, but didn't stop him from sending the Canadian to the floor at the end of the 3rd round with a devastating hook to the head. Ruddock managed to recover from the knockdown and continue the fight, and then he gradually exhausted his opponent and began to take over the lead. In the 6th round, Iron Mike almost ended up on the floor because Ruddock landed blows on his head one after another. The 7th round passed with varying success and was already coming to an end when Tyson, who looked pretty tired by that time, exploded in a powerful combination of 6 blows to Ruddock's head, causing him to fly off to the ropes. The referee came between the boxers and stopped the fight, awarding Tyson the victory by technical knockout. Many considered the referee's decision to stop the fight controversial and premature. 9 days after the fight, promoters Don King and Murad Muhammad agreed to a rematch to settle any disputes over the outcome of the first fight. The rematch was scheduled for June 28, 1991. Between the two fights with Ruddock, Tyson's behavior changed dramatically. Mike didn't really do anything special at the time, but for the first time ever, he started verbally insulting his opponent. He called Ruddock a transvestite for no apparent reason and promised to make him his girlfriend, and even went so far as to say, "I can't wait for you to kiss me with your full lips." The second fight took place at the same location as the first one, Mirage, Paradise, Nevada. Just as before, it was supposed to have 12 rounds and was the championship elimination bout, so the winner would become the top contender to fight the current world champion, Evander Holyfield. The rematch was no less dramatic than the first fight. Tyson started out the first round rather confidently, and 16 seconds before the end of the round, he got Ruddock with a right hook to the head. The Canadian was having a hard time. Tyson was fighting like in the old days, and even after the bell, hit Ruddock twice. The referee barely managed to pull them apart. Mike continued to attack Ruddock in the second round. Ruddock's jab was unable to keep the opponent at a distance. In the middle of the round, Mike knocked him down. Ruddock got up immediately, but was met by Tyson's furious onslaught. He seemed about to finish the fight ahead of schedule, but Iron Mike ran out of steam, and Donovan managed to continue the fight. Ruddock fought back with a powerful third round, but in the fourth round, Tyson parried Ruddock's uppercut and landed a powerful right hook that knocked Ruddock down again. Nevertheless, the Canadian managed to get back on his feet quickly, demonstrating a fair amount of jaw strength. As it later turned out, it was already broken. The Canadian showed the strength of mind and the will to win, having fought all the remaining rounds almost on an equal level. By the end of the fight, Ruddock's left eye was swollen, his jaw was broken, while Tyson had a ruptured eardrum and won on points. Iron Mike predicted a great future for his opponent. Damn it, this tough guy will one day become the champion if he's dedicated enough and doesn't lose his way. But Mike himself did lose his way, and ended up behind bars in 1992. Well, that's all for today, friends. Hit the like button if you found this video interesting, and let me know in the comments, who would you rather take a punch from, Mike Tyson or Donovan Ruddock? And we'll see you next time.